All right, we've got a lot to talk about. A lot of you have been asking for updates over the past several months, and I just didn't feel like I was ready to share updates with you just yet. Now, of course, I knew that I was going to be making a video similar to this. I just didn't know when I was going to be ready, but the time is now. So here we go. So a little backstory is that I moved into this shop at the end of 2023 in November, and we opened the store as a storefront, and so we had people coming in and out. We had open hours, things like that. But unfortunately, in March of the next year, last year 2024, we did have a person run into the front of our shop with their car. So that totally took out the entire front door, and the store could not be open for several months because it actually took like 5 or 6 months for them to even complete the construction, put the new door and windows in, and it just was a big time suck. So since then, I had just been filming back in the shop area, and then this place, as you can see sort of behind me, has just become a big catch-all storage unit, if you will. And I have made the decision not to open the store again back in August when the construction was done. I just thought that with some different life changes that I'm sure you guys have picked up on, if you haven't, this is me here telling you that I am now running FFT all on my own. I am a single person business owner now, and I have honestly been absolutely loving it. It's been since about September time that I have been doing this on my own. And of course, shout out to Harrison. He is my full-time YouTube video editor who lives in Utah. He is still with me and has been with me for probably like at least 3 years, but I think it's been even longer now. So I still have him on my team, but as far as the content production aspect of it and how I do the pieces of furniture and I videotape myself and I record myself and do the furniture flipping process all on my own now. So that's still being done back here in the workshop. But over the last few weeks, I have been thinking a lot, and I am sort of going to be shifting some of my goals. And one of those major goals is to eventually here, maybe in the next year or so, move into a home. And the home would ideally have a workspace, whether that be a garage or like an outbuilding. I don't know what exactly is possible or what may pop up in my area as far as that goes. But what I am planning is to actually move out of this shop. It may or may not come as a surprise to you guys, but since I haven't had the area open as a storefront in over a year's time now, I just think that it's time to move on and be a little bit smarter with the time that I have and the money that I have. So obviously this large of a shop isn't the cheapest, and my lease is up. It has been up since November. I only signed a year lease, so that's gonna be totally easy to get out of because right now I am going just month to month paying. So my plan today is March 13th. You'll be seeing this much later, but my plan is to be out of here by the end of April. So I am going to keep the area that I am going a secret for now, but I'm sure you'll eventually see where I end up. But as you can probably see behind me, I have a lot of work cut out for me. There are tons of pieces of furniture that need to be sold. There are tons of things that need to just be gotten rid of. I need to clean, just a lot of things that need to happen in the next month and a half or so. And I'm gonna bring you along for the ride. So buckle up, because I've got a lot to do in a short amount of time, but I am ready for the change. I'm gonna be downsizing quite a bit. I'll probably still need a storage unit, but that is something that I'm gonna get closer to the end of the time. That way I know exactly how much furniture I have that needs to go into a storage unit. But that is going to save me a ton of money in the long run, just renting like 1 or 2 storage units versus paying for this entire shop. And don't get me wrong, I have absolutely loved working here over the past year and a half, but it's just not business smart anymore if I'm not going to have it open as a storefront, and I just don't have the capacity to do so, nor do I really want to hire someone to run the actual store for me, because it just doesn't seem feasible or necessary at this point when Facebook Marketplace is my go-to for selling furniture anyway. So stick around. I have a lot of work to do, like I said, but I'm going to start in this big room, and we're just going to kind of go piece by piece, area by area. I've got some ideas on the things that I, need to do. I've been listing things out. So we're just gonna go step by step and get things done little by little. Okay, so as I said, I have a lot to do before the end of April, and that includes getting rid of some furniture. And of course, I want to sell the furniture. Ultimately, that's the goal, and sell it really for the price that I have it listed on Facebook Marketplace at. But I do understand that it's a kind of a crunched timeline, so I have to be a little bit more flexible with my pricing and things like that. But I have been selling a few pieces here and there. I kind of lowered some pieces on Facebook Marketplace just recently, lowered/reposted ones that have been on there for like 5 to 6 months, some of them 3 months. But I did end up just selling this set. This had a tall piece with it, and she was able to take the tall piece home, but has to come back for the long one. But that did go for $11.50, so that's pretty awesome. And then another one that I just sold in my area was this pink guy, which this has been listed since like end of October, so quite a while there, but I'm super glad that that one is going home. Probably tomorrow I'll take it. I'm delivering that one, so that's pretty neat. But again, tons of other furniture that needs to be sold. We've got these 2 nightstands. We've got this Franklin Shockey guy back here, the pine one. We've got these 2 nightstands with that dresser over there that's a match. I just listed these 2 on Facebook Marketplace today, so I'm excited to see how those do in my area. And then we've got this blue one here, which actually I think I've been slacking and I haven't listed that one on Marketplace just yet, so I need to get that one listed. There's another one back there that needs to be listed, and then there is just a bunch of other furniture that is like for me to flip. But a few of the pieces I have had for quite a long time, and I just am not feeling motivated to flip them, and I don't think that I'll ever get that like spark of motivation for some of them, or motivation or like creativity for those specific pieces. So I think in the coming days I'm gonna end up pulling out some of the pieces that I want to get rid of, and I'm gonna list them on Facebook Marketplace kind of as is, and that way I can still make a little bit of cash and also offload some of them so that my moving process is a little bit less and I'm not storing as much furniture. Like, to me, I'm like, why store it any longer if I'm never really going to be motivated to even flip it or do anything with it? So I just think getting rid of it now would be the best way to go. Now, obviously, you guys are seeing this at least a month later than I'm recording it. So I'm hoping that as this video goes on, you'll be able to see the progress that I'm making in selling different things and just cleaning up in general, getting rid of things. But another major thing that I need to do is kind of offload some of the paint that I have from leftover, like being a paint seller in the shop. So I've got a lot of Dixie Belle paint and Lily Moon paint that I am going to be selling here locally. I'm going to be posting in my local Omaha Refinishers group to hopefully sell some paints to them, give them, a few good deals, nothing too crazy, but I do want to get rid of as much paint as I can that I know that I can't use, or like that I'm not going to use within, at least a year or two. That's probably how long the paint would last on the shelf, but there is just a ton of paint back here that I've been kind of sorting out and getting ready to sell. So that is another thing that's on my list, along with the candles. So if you've been around, you know that we had Fournier Aromas. We're not really going to talk much in detail about all of that and how that came about, but let's just say now I have a ton of candles and reed diffusers that I need to get rid of. So I think that what I'm going to be doing is potentially posting them locally here on Facebook Marketplace, and maybe even putting them up on Instagram. And I don't know, I don't have my website anymore because I haven't been selling things on there, so I don't really know of a great way to sell them non-locally. But I also have this huge storage shelf full of candles and wax melts and things like that as well. So got a lot to do on that front too. Just a lot of selling things and really focusing on downsizing. The spot that I'm going to be going to is going to be quite a bit smaller than the space that I'm in. I mean, I'm in a 4,000 square foot area that's just huge and open, and I'm going to a much smaller place. It's going to be totally workable and doable. It's just there's a lot of work to do before that. How many times have I said that now? I don't know, a lot. But then this is the state of the shop right now. I absolutely love working in here. I'm totally going to miss it. This is very bittersweet for me. I've spent a lot of time here perfecting everything and utilizing all of the areas. But it's just time for the next chapter, time to move on. So I think what I'm going to start with is kind of getting some idea of what furniture I want to eventually pull down and sell versus what pieces I want to keep and potentially put in storage. I mean, I'm still going to be doing content creation and flipping pieces throughout this time, which is why, I need to kind of make the most of my entire day, my entire schedule, because I've still got that going for me where I'm creating content every day. But I'll still have plenty of furniture pieces, and I've been weeding them out. I've been doing really well at not buying a whole bunch on Facebook Marketplace, but instead just, flipping the things that I actually already have here in the shop. The thing is, I just had so much furniture from Facebook Marketplace and things like that. So it's gonna probably be like a mix of either me donating stuff or selling stuff, even if I only get $50 to $100 worth of money on each piece of furniture. At least that's better than me having to lug it around and haul it around and figure out, you know, what to do with it, things like that. So I think I'm gonna go like grab some sticky notes and put sticky notes on the ones that I want to eventually pull down, take photos of, and get listed on Facebook Marketplace for sale. So this French Provincial piece has actually been claimed for a custom piece. This is gonna be my next project. So I'm gonna pull that into the shop here in just a minute. But it did come as a set with this tall boy and then this little nightstand guy over here. But for some reason, for me, tall boys on their own just do not sell well, or if they do, it takes forever. Like I said, that pink one over there, which I know it was pink, but it has taken almost 6 months to sell. And I have another tall boy over here that is not selling either, and it's been several months, and it's black and it's like really nice and trendy. So I don't know what's going on. I only have them listed at like $500, but apparently that's too much, or people aren't wanting just tall boys. So I have a lot of tall boys that I am going to just be getting rid of, and hopefully people will want them for, you know, that $50 to $100 range as is, even though they don't want them for, you know, $400 or $500 painted nicely. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Anyway, I am going to put a sticky note on this one so that we can sell that one, and then I think I'm also going to do it on the nightstand as well. And just to let you know, any mess you see, I know it's a mess in here. I just have not had time to basically do anything other than create content. So I am excited to get this stuff kind of straightened out and thought of, and it's very overwhelming, but I know that at the end of the day, it's gonna be the best for the best. So I think this one right here is gonna be another one that I go ahead and sell. I think sometimes I just get excited at thrift stores and see a good deal and then I end up just buying something that I'm not really 100% sold on. I think that's kind of what has happened over time. I am going to be keeping these two over here. I got those for free. Those will probably be up pretty soon, as well as this guy. I'm gonna keep that as well. That one's a nice dresser. It's been holding all of my plants, and look, I haven't even had time to water my plants. That's really great. This is a 4-piece set that I picked up recently. I love 4-piece sets, but that one probably won't be gotten to for maybe a while, probably until I move out, because I don't know, 4-piece sets are a pretty big undertaking, and I've got a lot to do. And this one right here, this long guy, I think I'm gonna try to do that one maybe after that custom piece, because it is huge and I don't necessarily want to move it from here to like a storage unit or something, but at the same time I really want to flip it, because that one like does inspire me a little bit, so I'm excited about that one. This guy, I know it goes with that other 3-drawer one that I just showed you that I'm going to be getting rid of, but I don't know. I think that one's like I don't know, because I don't think I really want to mess with it. I don't even know if I know where the shelves are for it. I'm gonna put the sticky note on it for now. I might change my mind and keep it. Let's see, back here we've got some that I have had for literal years. This one has quite a bit of water damage down here on it. I am gonna be putting a sticky note on that one. I have meant to get rid of these two specifically for quite some time now. You can't even see that one, but it's on wheels, and again, just not inspired by it in the slightest. This one I will keep and hopefully flip soon. It's an antique dresser. May or may not leave the mirror on it. It's kind of busted, but we'll see if I can get that repaired. And I do think I'm gonna keep this one, even though I'm kind of having some issues with the drawers down there. Hopefully one day I can figure that out. This mid-century modern piece I am going to get rid of. It does have some things wrong with it that I just personally don't want to deal with, so I am going to let that one go as well. I'm gonna keep this one. It is a pretty nice dresser, and plus it has like my paint splatter all over it. I can't wait to get to that one. But again, it is a tall boy, so I'm kind of going back and forth. I'm like, should I keep it? Should I not? But I think ultimately I am gonna keep it because it is a really nice, solid dresser. I think it's brand name. I think it's Drexel, if I remember right. Yeah, it's Drexel. So that's a really great solid piece of furniture. And this piece right here actually goes with it. So I think I'll keep it. The only thing is, and I knew this when I picked it up, is that I guess like the kid took a bat to it or something and broke off this corner piece, but that just needs some Bondo and we should be good. So that's another good set that I can do here pretty soon, hopefully. And then we got this TV stand entertainment center thing. I've had this for so long. I think I've had this since the farmhouse. If you've been here that long, you may have seen it. Just not motivated to do that one anymore. This one's actually finished. I think I just need to take photos of it, so I'm gonna need to get that one down. This buffet is super nice, but it's so heavy, so I think I also want to flip that one before I get out of here because it is so heavy and I do not really want to move it. Okay, we've got this long oak dresser. Pretty sure this was picked up at Goodwill. And while it's nice, I'm not 100% sure what I have in mind to be doing with this piece. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one as well. This buffet is super neat. It needs a lot of attention and work. I'm excited to get to work on it. It actually came to me for free from a family friend, so I want to do it. It's just, again, gonna take a while, so I'll move this one over to the storage unit and get to working on that hopefully sometime this summer. And then this one, I don't know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and offload this one as well. There's a lot of water damage and veneer damage and chewed damage down there. I think I only had gotten this one for about 50 bucks, and I think I'm just ready to get rid of it. This one was the bottom of a hutch that I got and redid, and I only did the top part, and I never really was interested in the bottom part, so I think I'll sell that one off as well. And then we've just got a few more over here. This antique dresser I think is really neat, and I think it's pretty much in great shape. I just need to maybe like clean it. So that one could potentially be like a good one to sell as is, that I really wouldn't need to do anything with it in general anyway. So I may go ahead and just go sell that one as is. These two are the tall blonde pieces that used to have the long boy buddies with them, but no longer do because they were a part of our flip off competition. And I think ultimately it's going to be in my best interest to just also get rid of those. I have never liked this dresser at all, so I'm getting rid of that one. And then last but not least, I will decide later about this guy. It is a buffet as well. It does need some work, but it is also really very pretty piece, and I think it could be really awesome flipped. So I think I'll keep that one. Yeah, so there is a little lowdown on all of the furniture that I have here in the shop that needs to be looked at. Oh, I have two more back here, but I know I'm gonna keep them. Well, I guess I don't know that, because this bottom one is a really nice dresser. It's a tall boy, but it's like, I don't, again, think it needs any work. So I may just sell that one as is. And then the one up here, I think it does need a little bit of work. So I'll probably decide on that one later, a little bit later on. But I don't know, I think we made a pretty good dent. I think with selling all of that stuff, I just need to take like a little bit of time one day, pull it all out, take a nice photo or two of each one, get dimensions, and then just list all of the pieces on Facebook Marketplace. I think overall that was what, about probably 12 to 15 pieces of furniture that I'll end up selling. And if I can make a little bit of cash, I can make a little bit of cash. So that was a good dent today. I'm gonna get this piece pulled back into the shop and started working on the next project. Gotta keep up with that content. Okay, it is the next day and I am going to be delivering this pink piece today. I think I showed you it yesterday, but I did end up selling it for $510 and then a $75 delivery fee. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this wrapped up and load it up into the car. I'll be taking it later on today, but just so that you can see the process of wrapping this guy up. Shout outs to Tony. He was driving by, so he got out and helped me load that up. Definitely could have got it, but still nice to have an extra hand when I can. But yeah, got that all loaded up, and so now probably later on today I'll go deliver that. So I just wanted to get that loaded up now so that I can move on to my next project, which I think what I'm going to be doing next is, before I actually begin that dresser flip, I am going to take some photos of some of the pieces of furniture that are already down that I can then go ahead and list maybe today on Facebook Marketplace, just in time for the weekend, giving people some opportunities to potentially purchase them and pick them up over the weekend. And also, I just listed these like I had told you guys yesterday, and I know you have already seen the video, but they sold within 12 hours of listing, and I did end up going down $50, but I just wanted to get the sale quickly because, as I told you, I am really trying to work on clearing out everything. So I was super excited for that. They will be picking those up in a week from today, so that can, you know, be something that you look forward to seeing here in about a week's time. For me, at least. In your time, it'll not be too long. I am going to begin now bringing out some furniture and just taking some photos and dimensions and getting things listed on Marketplace. All right, I just took, I think it was like 4 sets of photos for those pieces and did get them listed on Facebook Marketplace. It kind of ranged from, I think it was like $100 to like maybe $65 or something, depending on what the piece was. So I'm excited to start hopefully getting some traction on those. I think that's gonna be the easiest for me, is to just do them in batches. So like do 4 today, and then in a few more days I'll do a few more, and just kind of make it a little bit more manageable. But I still do want to do it like up front within my timeline. That way I still am like giving me plenty of time to let them sell before I want to actually be moved out, if that makes sense. But now I am going to be heading over to my landlord's office, and I am going to break the news to him that I am moving out. I'm probably not going to record because I just don't really feel the need to, but I will let you know how that all goes. So wish me luck, because I'm a little bit nervous, although I know that I'm not like doing anything wrong. It's still, you know, like one of those hard conversations that you've got to have as a business owner. So wish me luck. All right, I just got back from talking with my landlord, and they were obviously bummed, but they have another space, which would be just a workspace, it wouldn't have a full, like, you know, like basically this whole area. It's only pretty much the back half of a bay, because there's like a dog groomer that's in the front half of the bay, but it would probably be from my garage door all the way back there to about here-ish. I think they said it's like 1,900 square feet or so. Or maybe, yeah, something like that. So that is another option. I do have a plan of where I'm going next, but they kind of now have thrown a wrench in my plan, because obviously it would be amazing to stay really close to this place and only have to move everything right over there. There would need to be some work. There would be some work to be done in that space to like get it ready for me. Like I would need to build a staging wall and you know, put some places for my tools and things like that. But the main reason that I'm moving out is because of financial reasons. But they said that they would cut me a pretty good deal, and it would be significantly less than this space, obviously, because it's like at least half the price, or I mean half of the space. But I just don't know if I want to still be spending as much as they want me to. Like, it's a really good deal, but is it what I need or want right now? Or do I just stick with my original plan and stay or go where I'm gonna go? I will put in the footage here of the space and like what it looks like. It's pretty nice, but again, it's just a workspace, so that means there's no front door, which is totally fine. There's like 2 or 3 things that I would say are kind of some setbacks or drawbacks or cons of the place, and that is that there is no door that is like just straight out, like it's a drop off. So like my bay back here is like the dock height. So if like a big truck comes up and is gonna like unload something, it's that height. So for loading and unloading furniture, that would kind of be difficult. And then like the door to like walk into also goes upstairs and then like through some tight corners. So moving furniture in and out of here, especially by myself, would not be the most easy task. So that's one caveat. And then another is there is not going to be like any type of utility sink area. It's just a bathroom area, which has a sink, but again, would it be great to be putting, you know, like rinsing my paint supplies out in there? Probably not the most ideal. They said they could potentially install a utility sink, so that's a potential option. And then the other thing is that there's no like walled off areas to kind of have like a little office area. I don't need a huge office. I don't need like a whole bunch of space for it, but I would like to have like a spot where I can put the computer that wouldn't get all dusty and things from me working in the same room, because that's how I upload all of my content to Harrison every day throughout the day, and that is how I, you know, post on YouTube and like all of these platforms, do my emails, etc., etc. So just a couple of caveats to that space. And then like, am I getting distracted because I did not ever even think or really even know that they had another space available? So TBD, but right now I'm still going to be putting my head down and doing all the things that I know need to be done in here before I move out, regardless of where I'm going. I am getting some messages about the furniture that I listed already. It's been less than an hour, so that's super promising. I knew it would sell quick. Again, I'm kind of pricing it on the lower side to just start to test out what may do well. Obviously, the pieces that I'm getting rid of aren't like the most trendy, so that is kind of, I guess, I got to think about that for when I'm pricing it. Like I knew that the longer piece was going to go quicker than the taller pieces, etc. So hopefully we can get some of those sold off and then we'll get the next batch listed. Okay, the next day, and I am gonna be selling a few pieces that I listed. You guys saw me take those photos and stuff. And I've got 2 people coming right now for a couple of the pieces. I'm gonna just pull them up front here so that it's gonna be super easy loading in, and we're kind of just moving and grooving. I do have someone else interested in one of the other pieces. She was going to come today, but then I don't know, I guess she like slipped down the stairs or something. So hopefully she's okay. But they were going to let me know when a better time would be to come and pick up these pieces. So let's get some pieces moved forward. Okay, so there is that set, the French Provincial set, Tall Boy, and the nightstand. And then there's one more that she's coming, that a different person's gonna get. So I'm gonna pull that out too. Not sure the quality of this video because of the lighting, but I also ended up selling this Franklin Shockey one, the sculpted pine dresser that I did, I don't know, several months back. I had it listed at $700, I believe. Not really any interest on it, but then I lowered it to $500 not too long ago, maybe like a few days ago. And one person reached out and I'm gonna be delivering it to them next weekend. So I charged $75 for delivery on that one. At this point, I am totally okay and satisfied with the $500. Otherwise, they're just sitting here. So I kind of have to, you know, take what I can at this point because I just don't really want to be holding on to these pieces as long. I am always an advocate for start high and you can always come lower. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And I've had the room and the space to be holding on to pieces longer so that I can wait for those higher prices. But now, getting them out of here. No comment, but got that out of here. Okay, it's been a couple of days. I haven't gotten too much done, honestly. I did get a piece flipped, but that's pretty much about it. But these little nightstand guys did sell, so I'm having the people come and pick them up right now. I got them all wrapped up, so all they have to do is load them up in their car, and those are gonna get out of here. I sold them for $350, so super good deal there for them. But I think I'm making a profit of maybe like $120. I told you guys I would update you when I sold these. Originally, I was gonna sell them for $450, waited about a week or so, and they just didn't sell, and I was ready to get rid of them. So I lowered the price pretty significantly, and then I had a lot of inquiries. So I ended up selling them for $350. I've got a little bit of an update for you guys. I am supposed to be selling furniture and not buying new furniture. I am selling a lot of furniture, but I'm also finding some really good pieces on Facebook Marketplace, and I cannot get myself to stop. Like I don't know if it's an addiction or what, but if you can relate, let me know down below in the comments. But anyway, I did sell, I already told you I sold that green and wood piece. I recorded on my phone vertical footage, so we'll insert that right here. They came and picked it up. They absolutely loved that set. And then the lady also was able to pick up the rest of her French Provincial set that she got, and she had to come back a few days later. And then I got this piece. So that is really pretty, and that is actually going to be a custom piece. I don't remember if I told you all or not that I had someone claim a dresser from my inventory that I offered, but when I started working on it, the drawer was like super warped, and I didn't feel comfortable trying to work on it and then sending it home with her paying quite a bit of money to have like a drawer that I wasn't confident was going to work if I like tried to fix it. So this baby is going to Goodwill because I don't want to deal with selling it, because I don't want to be explaining like, oh, it's the drawer's warped, all of that. So we're actually trading out that dresser, and she has now claimed this other French Provincial that I just picked up today. Shout outs to my best friends. They helped me pick it up. And then I just got here to the shop tonight. It's like 8 o'clock at night, and I went and picked up another piece because I saw it on Facebook Marketplace for $50. And then I actually forgot I got this piece the other night for $80. That one is really pretty. I've never really done anything like that before. I don't know why I'm starting to hoard pieces again. I think I need to lay off, but it is springtime, and I feel like this is just a really good time to buy furniture. Like, I'm having a lot of sales, so I've got to get new inventory. I just don't want to get too much to where the new place that I go is going to be like too crowded. So got to find a happy medium, but I'm going to get this piece unloaded. Okay, here is that dresser that I just unloaded. It's actually Thomasville, and I only paid $50 for it. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's definitely got a vintage vibe, so a lot of work will need to be done to bring it into this decade, but super excited. And now I need to stay off Facebook Marketplace. But that is gonna be the end of this video. I wasn't sure how exactly this series was going to just unfold, I guess, and I want to make the most of your guys' time, so be on the lookout for the next part of this series. And I'm super excited to just continue on this journey of moving out of the shop and getting rid of things, selling things, but also apparently buying more things that then I have to find a spot for. But that's okay, it'll all work out in the end. We've got T-minus like a month and a week, so like what, 5 weeks until I need to be completely out of here. I've got a lot to do. I think I've told you that before, but I'm super excited for what's to come. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the flip side.